Beginning with the creation of the third season of Thomas and Friends in 1991, the series composers Mike O'Donnell and Junior Campbell would produce a number of vocal songs about the show's characters, setting, and morals that would be included not only on music albums but also in TV broadcasts and home media releases, which would occasionally include footage shot especially for the music video and typically consist of recycled and deleted footage from the show itself. 2 songs from the 4th season of Thomas and Friends, Rules and Regulations and That's What Friends Are For, were first made available on October 4th, 1993. The songs, which are notable for being the only ones from Mike O'Donnell and Junior Campbell's time as composers to not have music videos initially released for them. The songs are about the value of friendship and the necessity of sticking to the rules. Although official music videos for the songs had been created along with all the other videos for Series 4, they were never released, as Mike O'Donnell would later confirm in a comment on his YouTube channel in 2014. No explanation has ever been given as to why the music video for Rules and Regulations was never made public, but it is believed that the sad tone of That's What Friends Are For conflicted with the tone of Thomas and Friends. Official music videos for both songs would eventually be released and posted on the Thomas and Friends official YouTube channel in 2016, but these songs are freshly made and entirely made up of CGI-based Thomas and Friends footage. The videos from the Model series era have never been made public, but they probably exist in Mattel's archives, which currently hold the copyrights to Thomas and Friends. The closest thing we have so far found to the official Model videos are numerous fan-made music videos. Descendants was a Disney Channel original movie that debuted in 2015. There was a song that was both recorded and filmed for the movie but wasn't included in the movie's final cut. This song, which was intended to be a companion to Did I Mention, featured Ben telling Mal that he was in love. The cast is seen practicing the song in a clip from a behind-the-scenes video. This rehearsal video demonstrates that the scene would have happened on an Oridon prep balcony. There are pictures from the scene and numerous cast members have mentioned that it was filmed for this song. A behind-the-scenes promo for Descendants that aired during some of its early Disney Channel airings included footage from the scene as well. This advertisement though also seems to be lost. The Descendants DVDs do not contain the scene as a bonus feature, nor is it available on Disney Plus or any official Disney YouTube channels. Therefore, as of now, it is totally lost. Railroad Tycoon is a rail business simulation game. It is known that ports for the Super Nintendo and Sega Mega Drive were under development before they were abandoned for reasons that are still unknown. The game was released in 1990 on a variety of PC platforms, including MS-DOS and the Amiga. In the game, the player is tasked with managing a railroad company. This includes constructing tracks and stations, opening and scheduling routes, and fending off hostile takeover attempts from rival companies. The game, which was created by Sid Meier and created and released by Micropose, was made available for the PC in 1990 and has since inspired numerous sequels. Micropose was interested in porting the game to home consoles due to the success of the game on PC systems. The game was allegedly being considered for a Super Famicom release alongside other Micropose projects, like F-15 Strike Eagle at the Winter International 1991 Consumer Electronics Show. Although a Super Nintendo port was not featured at the Winter International 1992 CES, it was confirmed by the April 1992 issue of GamePro that the port was announced at the event with an intended release date of October 1992. Nintendo Power reported in January 1993 that the port was almost finished, and the game's preview and a few screenshots were included in the issue from March 1993. Ultimately, even though it has been established that ports for the Super Nintendo and Mega Drive were being worked on, no builds have come to light. There are no screenshots of the Mega Drive version of the game currently available in the public domain, and the only known screenshots for the Super Nintendo game were provided in the January 1993 issue of Nintendo Power. American psychedelic rock group The Doors was active from the middle of the 1960s to the beginning of the 1970s. The band, which was based in Los Angeles, included vocalist Jim Morrison, guitarist Robbie Krieger, keyboardist Ray Manzarek, and finally drummer Johns Denmore. Light My Fire, Break On Through, and Riders on the Storm are just a few of the group's well-known songs. They are regarded as one of the most influential bands in the history of rock and roll. The Doors started creating their 6th album, LA Woman, in the fall of 1970. A track demo called Paris Blues was rumored to have been cut from the album during its development. However, the band decided that the song was not good enough to be included on the album. According to Robbie Krieger, in his autobiography from 2021, Krieger went on to explain that the reason it wasn't released later was because the master tapes in his own cassette went missing, leaving Ray Manzarek with the only remaining sample on his own cassette dub as the only remaining sample. Unfortunately, Ray's son, who was allegedly a baby at the time, later tampered with the tape, which means the last known copy of Paris Blues was consequently accidentally destroyed. In a 1997 online interview with a fan, Ray simply described the song's tone as a blues song that wasn't all that special, and that it fit in with the concept of funky blues. Apart from that, little is actually known about the precise scope of its content. Pear's Blues' original recording is currently completely gone, and it's unclear if the track is still there given the circumstances of its disappearance. As of now, the song's lyrics, which are accessible online, are all that remain of it. Pardon the Expression was a spin-off of the long-running British soap opera Coronation Street. The sitcom, which aired in 1965 and 1966, starred Arthur Lowe as Leonard Swinley, and 2 pilots were known to have been filmed before the show's debut. The show became the first spin-off of Coronation Street. It was conceptualized when the show's writer realized that Arthur Lowe's on-screen character Leonard Swinley had comedic potential. As a result, Granada Television created the spin-off Pardon the Expression, which focused on Swinley's misadventures as the assistant manager of a Dobson and Hawkes department store. Prior to the show's approval, 2 pilots were shot. The British Television Pilot Episodes Research Guide 1936 to 2015 states that a note reading not to be transmitted was found in a Jack Rosenthal script titled The Presentation. This script is thought to have been used for one of the pilots. In the end, the show's pilots persuaded ITV to give Granada an order for 2 series, each of which had 36 episodes that were broadcast from 1965 to 1966. Overall, the show did well in its first series, but its second series saw a significant decline. As a result, some ITV regions decided not to air any more episodes of the show until it was over. Every episode of Pardon the Expression is accessible to everyone and was also released on DVD. This includes a Christmas episode that was originally scheduled to air on January 3rd, 1966, but was never shown on television. The British Television Pilot Episodes Research Guide 1936 to 2015 contains a few notes on the pilot episodes, but other than that, not much is known about them. In the end, they were never broadcast on British television, and Kaleidoscope has confirmed that they are no longer available in ITV's archives. Bannon M was a 2006 YouTube upload of an animated romantic drama short. The short, which is probably animated with After Effects, makes use of altered images from the well-known comic strip Calvin and Hobbes. The love story centers on Ben and M, 2 office workers and the developing romance up until their wedding. The short's creator is Tuggy74, and even though only a thumbnail has survived, memories and Reddit posts about it still exist. The short exists in 2 distinct versions that people can recall. One is the original, which included voice acting. However, the version that some people recall only featured stock piano music for the first 3 minutes. The video on YouTube was deleted sometime between 2013 and 2014, and it was forgotten about until Reddit user TailSweet posted about it on the r/media forum, describing it and the original version with voice acting. After conducting a Google search for the link, it was discovered to be a dead link that could also be found on tugo.biz under Bannon M search results. Later, TailSweet would post about the movie again on the same subreddit, even finding an elementary school project that visually illustrated some of the short scenes. Later, YouTube user Arika would release a video as part of his SWTA series that went into more detail about the characters' designs and some scenes. Additionally, the video's comments are able to piece together some information about the video. An image of a YouTube listing for the dead link was discovered through a Google image search, revealing the length of the short as well as the username of the creator as Tuggy74, but no footage of the short was discovered, and the short is still unfortunately lost till this day. Animal Yokatro is a children's comedy anime series that premiered in 2005. The protagonist of the story is an 8-year-old girl named Amy who receives frequent visits from 3 different animals: a bunny named Ayo, a brown bear named Kenta, and a panda named Issa. The 3 animals' impulsive personalities and general lack of understanding of how the world operates results in amusing mischief. Annie Yoka, My Next Door Neighbor, the English dub of the show, is thought to have aired on Cartoon Network in the Philippines sometime around 2008. Anime News Network does list some of the cast members, including Animax regulars like Andrea Kwan, Michael Pizzuto, and Candace Moore. However, no footage from this dub has ever surfaced online. This indicates that Omni Productions was probably responsible for making this dub. Strangely, Amy's voice actor is not credited on the page. Very little information regarding this dub exists online, with the only current solid evidence of its existence being a piece of promotional art with the English logo. Also, the show's TV Tropes page contains a few bits of trivia about the dub. Manchester United Championship Soccer is a top-down football game released for the Super Nintendo. It was being developed by Chrysalis and was published by Ocean Software in 1995. A Sega Mega Drive port of the game was also being developed, but it was unfortunately cancelled for unknown reasons. The Super Nintendo version of the game, which is primarily known as Manchester United Championship Soccer, was a port of the Amiga game Premier League Champions. It was the 6th Chrysalis game to use the Manchester United license, and it was released in 1995 across the European Union. The game's upcoming Mega Drive port was first mentioned in several UK, German, and Spanish Sega gaming magazines that same year. The first record of it can be found in the Sega Magazine article from January 1995. Which stated that Lothar Matthäus Super Soccer was going to be made for the Mega Drive. Also, a more comprehensive report appeared in the Sega Pro Easter 1995 issue. The publication even featured the game on the cover and stated that it had been presented at the 1995 Winter International Consumer Electronics Show. A 4-page preview of the game concluded that while it would be a real treat for Manchester United supporters, it would be difficult to compare with FIFA 95 in terms of popularity. However, it noted that the game was almost ready and would be available in the UK in April of that year for $39.99 as an 8-bit or a 1MB cartridge. However, despite a final mention of the port appearing in the June 1995 issue of Toto Sega, this deadline passed without any release. The magazine gave the game a 73% rating, praising its gameplay and control but faulting its graphics. In the end, the port was never made available to the general public in any nation. Numerous screenshots of the Mega Drive port have been made public thanks to the reviews from Sega Pro and Toto Sega. Yet, no build has ever leaked to the public despite being close to being finished.